The channeled material that was channeled to one of the group, to a lady, and I really recommend this book, by the way. It's called The Law of One, and it explains the universe, and for me this book was was just phenomenal. It was quite complicated, or it is quite complicated. There is a lot of metaphysics in it, and the way it's explained is quite scientific. But one thing, coming back to love, one idea from the book is that you are here and you are either leading your life to be a service to self, or you are leading your life to be service to others. When you are leading your life to be service to self, that's kind of negative equity. And this is when most likely you will come back to earth again. It's sort of like karma, or you will never kind of progress with your life any further. You will stay on, in those dimensions 1, 2, or 3, even though some entities who are with service to self, they are quite high in density. But this is what you basically call your evil, even though I don't want to use this word, because that's not about this. It's all kind of part of the universe. And if you are service to self, if you are service to others, then you are the being who loves everyone else, and you are serving love, and you are giving love. And the more love you give, the more love you will receive, and that's what the purpose of life really is, to be in the service to others. And that's how you ascend, that's how you raise your consciousness, that's how you are making sure that your vibration are as high as they can be, and that's how you making sure that you are progressing. So, and I find that coming from the Catholic religion and looking at all the other religions, obviously religions, they all kind of made it in a very controlling way, and the service to others was then kind of entrapped in guilt and shame and everything else. But basically, this is the same message. It's about loving other human beings, and not only that, it's about loving nature, loving everyone else, and by what I understand by being in service to others, it can be anything. It can be there for them. It can be shine your own light. It can be showing them how you can show your life. It's smiling to strangers, is not holding grudges. It doesn't mean every time that you have to go out and kind of help every homeless person. But if you say hello to them, and if you find it in your heart to be compassionate, and just every day trying and be the best to other people that can be. So that's one aspect. That's a very important aspect of love to me. And I feel like this episode should be really kind of split maybe into 2 or 3, because there are so many aspects of love and romantic love that we are so hung up on, and by we I mean myself also. It's just a really one small aspect. The other aspect that is really, really huge is loving yourself. And this is a subject that is a subject of many books also. If you are not able to love yourself, you are not going to be able to love everything around you. And I'm not talking about the narcissistic love. I am talking about having compassion for yourself, and being kind to yourself. And it doesn't have to be on a daily basis, and every one of us have got those moments when they are very critical about ourselves. But it's just in general, treating yourself as a child sometimes, and forgiving the mistakes, or seeing them as something that you learn from, healing yourself, healing your spirit, healing your body, healing your trauma, and the simple things that I've already mentioned, like meditation, but also small things like just being gentle to yourself, and like gently stroking yourself, things like this. Not to mention taking yourself for dates, for walks, everything that you can think of that you would do to a person that you love, do to yourself first, and see how it feels. Just really, really feel yourself. And yes, just being good to yourself, and obviously that's a very generic thing to say, and and spoil yourself, or buy stuff for yourself, and many people do that, and obviously I have done that to kind of make sure that some traumas that are there, or a fear doesn't come up, and that's why you can be sometimes, shopaholic, or treat yourself to a 7th glass of wine, and I am not talking about this. You deep down know what is good for yourself, and deep down when you are hurting yourself, and deep down when you are indulging yourself, and you are all worth it. You are worth of indulging, you are worth of spoiling. And sometimes when you need to make sure that you are secure, or make sure that you are safe, you are worthy of reprimanding, or saying, hold on, is that something that you are doing? Is that for your highest good? And really making sure that you feel secure in your body, no matter what and how this body looks like. This is the body that have been given to you by the source. This is your human your human clothing, and you take care of that, because that might be your one and only chance to to be here. And again, it's also in one of the materials in the law of one, that we are now in such interesting times on earth, that there are many spirits that kind of talking about it in a very kind of again colloquial way, they are queuing up to come up to the earth. So imagine, and then and they agree to come here in any shape or form. So you've been waiting on this, you've been waiting to come here on this earth, and it's just a couple of minutes that you are here, really. I know time doesn't exist, and but we are here in 3D, and it's just and for us we do everything around time. But when you look at this, and when you look at some things that happen, how do you feel? Doesn't it feel like it happened 2 minutes ago? That's how quickly it goes. So that's why the more you love and care for yourself, the better it can be. And then the last aspect of love that I perhaps would like to talk to today, and again, this is a huge subject, so there's so many aspects of love. I should and could probably talk as well about the maternal love, parents' love, and maybe I leave it for another episode. The love that is between, in a couple, brings up a lot of fear in me, and this fear comes from being very vulnerable, and then while I am being vulnerable, I am afraid I'm going to get hurt. And this is what happened to me recently. I opened up, and I didn't get a response that I was hoping I was going to get. And now I am thinking maybe I've opened up too early. Maybe I should have waited. I was trying to show my true self, and it really, really hurt. And still in my head, I don't know if that's something that I am just projecting on this other person. Maybe the response I got was pretty normal. I really don't know, and I don't even want to spend that much time thinking about it. It's more how I feel about it, and I feel disappointed. I was hoping for this response to be warmer, more encompassing, but again, this person is a stranger, so it's really difficult, because I was probably expecting too much, and I was looking at myself, how I am with other people, not only romantic relationships, but I opened up pretty quickly, and that's because I really want, if I care about someone or starting to care, or if I want to show myself up, I cannot. It's hard for me to pretend. I am being vulnerable from the very beginning, and I saw it as a weakness. I wished I was more closed up, and I didn't show my true self, or I didn't show my vulnerability to anyone, not as fast. But then I've listened to some other girls talking about it, and mind you, they are younger, but I don't think it matters that much. I've listened to Kagis Dunlop podcast, and she was interviewing Estelle Lalonde, I think. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing it is right. And they were talking about this romantic relationship, friendship, and about being vulnerable. And I saw in them, because I see them as as women who are very strong, and businesswoman, very strong-minded. And when they were talking about this vulnerability, I started to think that that's normal. So women who seem so strong on social media, they are like this. If they can be like this, I don't have to be afraid. I can live like I am, being vulnerable, and then there is going to be someone who really appreciates it and loves me, or appreciates me for who I really am. And so I don't want to get rid of this vulnerability. So that's it for now. Oh, and the one thing I wanted to do as well today is just draw up a card for you. I've got this deck, which is Moonology Oracle cards. So I thought for anyone that is listening, and it can be today or any other day, I just wanted to draw a card. So while I am talking to you, I am shuffling the cards, and I'm going to pull out one card, which is prosperity lies ahead, and that's a card of new moon in Taurus. It doesn't matter that's a new moon or full moon or any other moon, but prosperity lies ahead. That's an amazing card for anyone, for anyone who is maybe having some financial worries, or prosperity doesn't have to be about finances, although the Taurus is an earth sign, so very much to do with our earthy possessions. But it's a very positive card about something that I don't know. Maybe it's a flat, maybe it's a house, maybe it's even a great purchase of some type of clothing or furniture or a car or bicycle, something that maybe you are looking for, and that's the card just affirms that this is happening. So yes, very good card, very happy card, and thank you so much, everyone who are listening and were listening, and happy full moon in Pisces. Bye.